Welcome back to Drafted, a D&D podcast for D&D fans. I'm Graham, and this is my co-host, Tate.
Loda.
Today, we are doing a D&D species draft based purely on aura.
Coolness for unks that don't understand it now.
Yes.
So, like we usually do, I think we're gonna figure out who goes first with a roll. And we don't have physical dice because we don't want to.
So we are rolling digitally.
Yes, I have rolled a 2, Graham. What have you rolled?
I have rolled a 4.
So, off to a great start. Graham, you're going first.
Okay.
So we are using the 5.5e or 2024 D&D species for this draft. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Graham, you can go first.
Let's go. Number 1, I have Aasimar, because in 5.5 edition, you're not going to pick anything else with more aura. It's just an angel guy
You got me with that one.
with wings and glowing eyes.
So, Duke Aasimar, interesting choice. I'm gonna have to pick Tiefling,
Of course.
because Tiefling has quite the aura. And, especially in 2024 D&D, Tiefling subraces are, really good. I forget what they are, but Chthonic, Infernal, and Abyssal. I just think they're really cool. I don't know, there's so many ways in which you can make your Tiefling cool.
Yeah, I specifically enjoy making my tieflings different colors.
Yes, like blue.
My favorite tiefling that I've ever made was a tiefling that was entirely pitch black with golden eyes, and it was awesome.
Interesting.
So for the third pick, I'm going to go Dragonborn. Every person I have ever taught D&D to has picked a Dragonborn for their first character.
I did not. I picked a Tiefling.
I did as well.
Nice.
Dragonborns are awesome. I don't know what else to say. They can breathe lightning or acid or fire, and I can think of almost nothing else cooler than a Dragonborn.
Alright, for my pick, I'm gonna choose Orc. I really like Orc because of Relentless Endurance. Relentless Endurance is great, and it is just, you have so much aura if you fall 5,000 feet and you walk it off like you're fine because of Relentless Endurance. I also think, first of all, I think Wizards of the Coast should give us multi-racing opportunities. So, if I played a character that, was, for flavor, half Tiefling and a half Orc. So the
Nice.
horns and the fangs are very cool. Orc is probably my second favorite race to play, my first favorite being Tiefling, because, I don't know, Orcs are very cool.
Might honestly be the same for me.
Nice.
Similar class and species preferences, evidently.
Yeah. Warlocks.
#Warlocks. For number 5, for the 5th pick, and my third, I'm going to go Elf.
Yep,
Elf.
That's fair.
When it was first conceived back in ye old Middle Ages,
Back in the 1900s, when the original first edition D&D came out.
has barely even changed since. You still have Drow, which are awesome. You have High Elves and Wood Elves, which are really cool sub-races.
Yeah.
And then you have all the other types of elves, like Eladrin, which aren't featured in 5.5 yet.
Eladrin are Eladrin and not elves. How
They're
about them
elves.
apples?
They're elves.
No.
Anyway, they're awesome.
Yes.
Elves are a huge staple of fantasy for a reason.
Yep. My, third choice, I'm gonna have to choose Goliath. Because I'm thinking of, the classic, Western movie thing of super tall guy stands at saloon door and kicks the door in. And I think also, especially with the giant subraces, in 2024 D&D, 2025 D&D. Shut up, Graham.
right.
Your last name is redacted. I think, especially with, the tattoo, markings on Goliath's, body and skin, I think those are just really cool. I don't know, fun, flavor elements, I guess.
Nice, good pick. Fun fact, all 6 of these choices were in the exact order I listed them in my preference.
Great.
So, for number 7,
Oh, wait, so you listed Aasimar, Tiefling, Dragonborn, Orc, Elf, Goliath?
yes,
Interesting.
in that order.
Interesting.
For my 4th pick, I'm going to ruin Tate's day and pick Gnome.
No.
Originally,
I have a side bit. In a recent campaign, there have been quite a few gnomes, one of which was literally gaslighted and died burning. But our gnome's bit was sleeping under beds instead of on beds, and we're probably going to reference that a lot.
and the Gnomish handshake.
Yes, and the Gnome Town handshake, which is just
kinda
a firm handshake and a tip of the hat.
Yes. Okay, so gnome is like a halfling, but smaller
And less fat.
less fat. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And magic.
We
and
love our chunky lads, but sometimes we don't love our small chunky lads.
friends with animals as well.
Uh,
So
Depends on which subrace, but
I was actually originally going to pick dwarf, but I figured gnomes are just funnier, and funny equals aura, in my opinion.
okay, yeah.
Your fourth pick.
All right, this is a good question. We're getting down to the dregs,
Getting down to the short guys.
the little guys,
Shout out to my many short friends. I have
whose names
like,
are redacted,
quite a
redacted,
few.
and
It's
redacted.
pretty sad.
Yes. I think I'm gonna choose the smallest guys of them all, and choose human. Okay, I have a reasoning for
Wow.
this. So Eberron, which is not technically 2024 D&D, but I still count it as one because it was one of the later D&D books released,
I'll allow it.
has dragon marks for humans and other races. I think dragon marks are awesome, and having cool magic tattoos is very, very nice, and I like that a lot. That is the only reason why I'm picking human, otherwise they are just boring lads.
Yeah, humans were last on my list. I'm taking dwarf because short guys with beards and with axes, and they're somehow overpowered and can stand against elves in like any fantasy setting ever.
Are you saying that elves are better than dwarves? Are you racist? Thinking I'm witnessing the expression on this man's face.
In answer to Kate's question, no, not IRL, but yes, indeed.
Alright, I'm gonna choose our favorite little chunky lads, halfling.
Well, third favorite, little chunky lads, because gnomes and dwarfs came before.
That's true, but technically dwarves are medium chunky lads, and gnomes are small, thin lads.
Nope. Fun fact, in my opinion, dwarves are only medium because they make up for height.
Yes, because they are quite the chunky lads.
Yes.
But I think, shout out to my second D&D character, Silbo Saggins, the rogue.
In case you didn't catch that, I just quite literally spit off of camera.
Yeah, he just died.
Like,
Silbo Saggins had the most aura out of any of my D&D characters, and he will never change my mind. But yeah, I think halflings, like, adventuring halflings have such a cool story, because most halflings are like, well, I guess we're comparing them to hobbits, but like, hobbits stay in the Shire, but when they do go on adventures, they are cool adventures. And I just think like a pampered noble on his first adventure is a very cool character concept that I like quite a lot, and that's why I'm choosing a halfling. Yeah, I forget which one is last, but Graham has it, so how about them apples?
that was last. I picked first.
Anyway, now I guess we'll go compare them on a case-by-case basis.
Just like we did in the last episode.
Yeah, my first pick is tiefling.
And mine is Asmar.
Okay, we got the two sides of the spectrum. We've got the two sides, and I personally like tiefling more, and I know that you do. But which one has more aura is the thing.
That is the thing.
I don't know. Both of us like the infernal lads.
This is such a hard choice.
Yeah, I think the glowing Asmar eyes are very cool. I'm very biased, and so are you. I think tiefling is cooler, but I think we can call this a draw if
I'd
we're
call this a
allowing that.
draw. This is way too close.
Okay, so 1 point for each of us or 0?
0.
Okay. Now, we've got orc. My second choice was orc.
And mine was Dragonborn.
I'm gonna have to go with, I think Dragonborn is the cooler. I think orcs are very cool and very interesting lads,
I have to agree.
but I think just being a dragon guy is the thing that was like, for me also, everyone that I've taught D&D has played a Dragonborn, and it's just such the appeal to be a dragon, because you can't be a dragon in normal D&D, because that's broken, but being a Dragonborn is the next best thing. And you're also not allowed to be a half-dragon, unfortunately. But I think Dragonborn wins in this one, so that's 1 point for Graham and 0 for me.
So, round 3, my third choice was Elf.
Okay, and my third choice was Goliath. I think if we're judging solely on looks, I think Goliath is cooler.
I agree.
I think elves are such an interesting society, but this is not about which is the more interesting character. It's about which character has more aura.
Yeah.
And I think the large imposing figure at the saloon.
Mine was based mostly on the fact that it's still a popular figure in pop culture and fantasy as a whole, even though it's been around since the 1900s.
Do you think Goliath wins in this one?
I'd say Goliath wins.
Okay,
The
so
tattoos put it over.
yes, 1 point Graham, 1 point me. But now I've got Dragon Marked Human, specifically Dragon Marked Human.
It's just human.
Well, yeah, but I use Dragon Marked Human.
And
So-
I have dwarf. I think in terms of your average dwarf versus your average human,
I think the dwarves are...
wins, but in terms of what it can be, humans win.
Yeah, especially with variant humans. Variant humans are also a little broken, and I think they got rid of them in 2024 D&D.
But this is also based on looks mainly.
Yeah, I think dwarf wins in this one.
So, yeah, I would say dwarf wins as well.
Okay, so, yeah, we got
3.
2 points Graham and 1 point me.
Yes.
Now we have the final countdown, the final brain cell. I have hobbits or halflings.
And I have gnomes.
2 little lads.
Yep.
These are very hard because they both look very silly, and neither of them have that much aura.
Yeah, that's why they were picked last.
It's not as hard. It's as difficult as Tiefling versus Azamar, but for different reasons.
Entirely different reasons.
Yes, because we've got infernal guys and celestial guys, and there's just 2 small lads, 1 thin and 1 chunky.
I would say gnomes have more aura, specifically in the campaign that we are currently doing.
Yes, that's true. We might not still be doing it when this comes out.
That's true.
We'll see. I think you win. So wins this one.
Yeah. You won the last one though, right?
I think so. Yeah, I did. That's the last episode. We should call it the versatility episode.
Yes. It's about all it was about. But it was still good.
Yes.
You should watch it if you haven't already.
Watch it? Sir, this is a podcast.
Listen to it if you haven't already.
Graham? Why'd you do that, man?
Shut up, Tate. Your last name is redacted.
Alright, I think we can do some, honorable mentions from outside of the Player's Handbook.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Warforged, for me, is awesome. Damfear is also awesome. I think
Warforged
half-elves
is
are
amazing.
really underrated.
I can agree with that. Half-elves are pretty good.
Because you get the bearded lad, but you also get the pointy ears lad.
Yes.
Do you have any honorable mentions, sir?
Changelings, even though they're not good, they
Yes.
still have aura because they can be all of the above. They're very
Yes.
versatile, if you know what I mean.
I think if Wizards of the Coast ever hears this, make changelings humanoids again. Because right now they're Fae, and their entire thing gets destroyed by Detect Evil and Good.
Granted, their entire thing is also overpowered as a concept.
Well, yes, but no. Because being able to turn into anyone is fine. But if you don't have, the knowledge, I could,
That's true.
if I were a changeling, which I'm probably not, I could turn into Donald Trump. But I don't know what Donald Trump knows. So
True.
I wouldn't be a very convincing Donald Trump.
He knows from experience. Anyway, more honorable mentions. Do you have any, Tate?
I gave 3, bro. I said Warforged, Damfear, Hexblood is also cool.
Yeah. God, what are the oozes called?
Plasmoids.
Plasmoids, yeah.
I dislike playing with Plasmoids because the type of people who play Plasmoids, the type of people that play Plasmoids are just interesting.
Yeah.
And they're either, they're either
Okay.
trying to break the game or have watched too much anime. But yeah, tune in next week for, what draft is it next week?
Episode 3, the D&D School of Magic, in terms of favorites.
No, I believe it was in terms of which school you would enroll in.
So if these were actual colleges, which one would you want to learn IRL?
Well, see y'all next week.
Yep.
Adios.